Hey, what's up, baby?
Man, I'm feeling good. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. I got a legend here, man. This is a living legend, Gene Groove Allen.
Appreciate that, bro. I really do.
I mean, the face, man. I mean, I grew up to this face. And some of the classics, first and foremost, actor, rap artist, voiceover artist, nonprofit executive director,
Yeah, it's a lot.
and a financial wizard.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's a
It's a
lot.
whole lot of hats, man.
You know what? I find that my journey has always been, even when people think that their journey is what they planned and what they wanted, you'll find that at the end of the day, it's God's plan, and that's for real, for real. I'm originally from Brentwood, Long Island, New York. And my family, middle class, lower middle class, always playing music. So I loved music. I don't know why, but I just loved music. And literally, to be very transparent, from Jackson, my father played all types of songs. Literally, I would hear from Frank Sinatra to Dolly Parton to the Ohio Players. So my idea of
Love it.
music was kind of crazy.
Right.
But it gave me the love of music being different for all kind of demographics. But the one main thing was that it made you feel a certain way.
Right.
So my first concert was the Jackson 5. Bro,
Oh my goodness.
man, listen. This is before this Michael, now,
Right.
and that kind of changed my life because that I wanted, I heard the screaming and the people dancing and the lights is flashing and flashing. And I knew that's what I want to do. I want to be on that stage. So, I would practice dancing and singing and all kind of things. And in New York, there's 4 things you can do. If anybody from New York, you can be officer of the law.
Right.
And I shoot first, ask questions later. So that's not good. You can do some crime. Now, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. I can't do bars.
Right. Can't do it.
You can work in a hospital, which I did. Worked in the hospital for a long period of time because a lot of hospitals, shout out to the hospitals, or you rap, do music. And I was fortunate enough to meet up with a gentleman that really changed my life again. Name is DL. Derwin Rump. He came from the Bronx.
What?
And he had these tapes, man, these mixtapes, we call them. And it was the tapes of Furious 5, Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Raheem, Cowboy, Creole, Kid Creole. It was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Andre Harrell. Shout out to Andre Harrell. Shout out to Alonzo Brown. It was it had Treacherous 3, DJ Hollywood, all these different tapes. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my God. It was so we would listen to these tapes like over and over again, like for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. We'd go to his basement, play the tapes. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And that's how I began into being, I wanted to emulate rappers, DJs. Hip hop was my thing. I loved it. I fell in love.
And fortunately for you, you were able to move from where you were. And now let's talk about your big breaks that are coming in. How did this happen with House Party?
So okay, so we're frustrated. Everybody's vying for attention. Heavy D's the first video out. Heavy D's the man. Heavy D was Andre's boy.
He was the man. Yeah.
And he's supposed to. But it was like, okay, so how do we do what we need to do? So all the Uptown crew was in Heavy D's first video. And the call time was in Queens. So like, all right, everybody be there at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So I'm about business. I said, yo, fellas, we're gonna be there at 5. We're gonna get there early, make sure we get the right spots, whatever the case may be. And we met the Hudlin brothers, Reggie and Warrington. Shout out to the Hudlin brothers.
Wow.
And we talked to them. We really, they said, hey, who are you? We're Groovy Chill. And we talked about what do you guys do? And we talked about some things. We do some house party, house party. That's how we make money. You know what I'm saying? We go to a house, we get paid. drink some old English, turn on the red light, whatever the case may be. And we got this call. They said, listen, this is Reggie Hudlin, this is Warrington Hudlin. We have we have a studio that's interested in doing our movie, and we want you to audition for these parts of these roles.
Wow.
So they sent us the roles for House Party. I was going to play the role of Play. And Daryl Mitchell, my brother, he was going to play the role of Kid. And Bilal, DJ Bilal, Be Successful, Groove Be Chill, was going to play the role of Martin Lawrence. Which, if everybody knows, Martin Lawrence's name is Bilal in the movie. So I still got the script. Groove.
Oh my goodness.
Bilal, and at that time it was with Disney, and we went uptown, went to Manhattan, and so we already been prepping, doing a lot of acting classes and improv. And you got to remember, I'm with these brothers. These are my brothers. We've been hanging and vibing and thriving for 4 or 5. So we're in front of these people, and we got the lines. So me and Daryl, we knocked out the park. Bang! Then they throw us stuff. They're giving us improv. So we're killing it. You can't throw me nothing with my brother. We're killing it. You guys, you're so funny. Oh, I love you. We love you. Oh my God. So the Hudlins said, like, yo, y'all got this. So I knew right then. I left Manhattan knowing that I'm gonna be a movie star.
Wow.
It's really about your mindset.
Right.
I find that there's 2 types of energies: negative energy and positive energy. And being a human, we're all human, you tend to be a little bit of both. I think to really excel in what you want, really move forward on what you want, you have to work on pushing back that negative and really embracing and really pushing for that positive. And I think that's the key to winning, for me anyway.
And you know what? I just want to let you know that this has been such an honor and a privilege to have you on the show, because when I watched House Party and I was young and I loved hip hop, I still do to this day.
All right. I know you do.
But I remember seeing you, and there was something that you attracted on camera. You had a glow about you. For the time that you were seen on camera, there was something about your character that really stood out. And it was you. It wasn't the character that was designed, it was you. It was the glow that you have in yourself.
I appreciate that, man.
And man, I want you to keep shining, my brother.
Yes, sir. I will, man. God got me doing nothing else. And I'll tell you this, anywhere I can help you, and matter of fact, no, I know we're going to be helping each other. I know it. I put it out there, put it out in the atmosphere. I'm claiming God got my witness. That's how we do, man. And that's how we're going to continue to move forward, because there's a lot of forces that don't want to see us move forward.
Yeah, that's so true, my brother.
We'll shake that off. Yeah.
Let's shake the world, my brother. Pleasure to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene Allen. People are going to, as they're listening to this, they're going to really understand how instrumental you were in music and certain sounds. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Dr. Dre, American rapper, radio personality, producer, actor, former MTV VJ for The Greatest Show on Earth, Yo MTV Raps. How you doing there?
Good day. How are you doing? I'm well. Never was a VJ, always was the host. Yo MTV Raps today. Thank you so much.
The host. My bad. This is what I get.
No, it's okay. It's okay, because people say it all the time. We clarify that because we were hired to be hosts of Yo MTV Raps today. From Fab Five Freddy, Ed Lover, T Money, myself, we were hosts of the show. But VJ is fine. It's no insult, not at all.
And I'm telling you, you are, oh man, just pulverizing in so many ways.
I had an incredible combination. My mother was Harlemite. My father was from Queens, a Jamaican from Queens whose parents come from the island of Jamaica. So I've had all type of mixed cultures. I had family in every borough and every other island when you hit the great Caribbean. So I was a blessed guy. I started as a DJ, but originally a trumpet player in a band. I actually sang in my sixth grade band that we put together, and I started DJing because I wanted to meet women. I was trying to find the nicest way to put it, but no. I was at a party in Lakeview at my cousin's house, and they had a block party, and they had a band and a DJ. And at that time, DJing wasn't what it eventually became. And I watched the band and was real excited about the band. Like, yeah, band, this is great. The group's name is Slave. Oh my goodness. And we heard Slide for the first time. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm watching all the girls. And then the guy in between the set started playing records. And I looked at him, and all the girls were running up to him, and he would have that look, the look on a DJ's face where they want to go, yes, but leave me alone. I'm playing the records. And he would nod his head, nod his head. Now, my cousin Kevin, who I call him an extraordinary impresario of DJing, he had 12 turntables in his bedroom. So every time we had a barbecue at his house, he would always have stacks and stacks and stacks of records from Marvin Gaye, James Brown, the Jackson 5, Earth, Wind and Fire, Parliament Funkadelic, you name it, he had it. And he would DJ with switches on the wall. And I was just fascinated, like, how's he do that? But the guy that really made, and I never found this guy's name, is when I looked at him and I saw all those girls run up to him, and I watched how he creatively dismissed them and continued to play music, and watch how the reaction from the crowd. I said, I don't know how he does that, but I got to do that. So I always thought the studio or the radio station was in Hempstead. I never knew it was at Delphi University. So we went to the University Center, went upstairs, and bingo, this is WBAU, 90.3 FM, 516-747-4757 here. We're bad and you know it. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. Now I get to do what my brother did. I could still DJ, man, this is kind of cool. So they invited me up to see what the Mr. Bill show was about. And from then on, the rest was history. And then I got to meet the one, the only MC DJ Flavor, AKA Flavor Flav on a hype tip. And we became what I call hip hop's greatest incubator ever created.
Absolutely.
And so many great folks that walked through those doors with us. We became this whole crew of folks that it was all about the music and how to make it better. And listening to these groundbreaking groups like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Spoonie G, Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force, Curtis Blow, and just marveling at that, the Crash Crew, and saying, yo, I want to do this Funky 4+1 more, Sugar Hill again. We're like, wow, we can actually do this. And the thing is, when we were doing it, there weren't enough rap records to spin. So we always kept using different ways and mixing the music. And it became the Long Island Cruise with these cassette tapes. Then I went back home and I decided to make this instrumental called It's Great to Be Here, which eventually became Can You Feel It? I took the same concept of making the bass lines and the beats and overdubbing because I just love that big booming sound. And the rest was history. And then it was Jam Master Jay and Ronnie said, you need to take this and play this for my brother. You need to see Rick Rubin up at NYU. So I took that and Knowledge Me and played it for him. And Rick fell on the floor. He said, this is crazy. Who did this? I said, I did it with my partner, T Money, my group. The concept. He said, yo, I got to sign y'all. This is crazy. He loved Can You Feel It? And he loved Knowledge Me. And he said, how did you get that crazy bass sound? And I said, I did a lot of overdubbing because working on the radio, you learn different techniques and editing and, sound quality. And I always want to make something that sounded different than what was going on at that moment. That's what I did. I'm a producer of music. And you go back and you go to NWA's early songs. They took Knowledge Me, Can You Feel It?
Can You Feel It?
And then when I did Pump That Bass,
Pump That Bass, say that.
I wrote that on the back of the Beastie Boy bus during the Raising Hell tour. And they were like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I got this song in my head." Because I would go out and we would do sound check. And I kept saying, "I want to make something that's just like when you hear it, it's gonna boom a stadium." So when groups like Technotronics used it and sampled it,
Oh goodness.
my voice, I mean, I can't even tell you how many groups between Get a Little Stupid and Boom Bap Bass.
So many. Oh my God.
I knew what I was doing. And when you saw the song, met Ed, and people say, "Yo, y'all look like y'all was together forever." We met on the audition of Yo MTV Raps Today. And it was the best thing that ever happened because there was no preconceived notions about each other.
Right.
Everything we wanted to do, we just tried and made it work. We programmed the show together. Ted let us do whatever we really wanted to. So everything that you saw during our time there with our shows, we picked out.
Yeah, that was the Yo Mailman.
Yep. And then from there, to keep him with us and to get him a salary, he started coming up with different characters, and we helped him make characters like the real Michael Jackson, the Nubinator, all kinds of crazy stuff that we did. And it just worked out. And everything that Ed and I were doing on that set while we started out, our first guest on Yo MTV Raps Today wasn't a rap artist, wasn't a rap producer. It was actually a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame um, inductee and a person in there who was sitting on the set laughing at Ed and I while we were doing what we were doing. And we said, "Ted, who is that over there?" And he came back and he said, "Oh, that's Carol King."
And I got the real Frost with 2 capital T's.
That's right.
It's very important that we remember that with 2 capital T's in the building. How you feeling, brother?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. Blessed to see another day.
What was it like growing up in Blue Springs, Missouri?
Oh man, it was calm. You know, it's a suburb, so not a lot of action. We had high school was really good. You know, a lot of state championships. Our high school band would perform a lot of times at the Macy's parades. You know, for was it for Thanksgiving? And I mean, it was cool. Blue Springs South. They brought David Cook, American Idol
Wow.
winner. So you know, it was okay. You know, definitely had a good upbringing. Family did. My parents did an amazing job. Everything
That's
they could.
phenomenal.
So
Yeah, that's phenomenal that you had a great upbringing. And see, you normally don't hear these stories when you're dealing with artists. It's always the stereotypical thing. I grew up in the hood and I was dodging bullets while I was had a baby bottle in my mouth. You know,
so
yours
yeah.
is you're honest to your upbringing, and I already love that right away. Was the music something that you grew up raised in? Was your family very musically inclined, or was just music always around?
My music inspiration that come from my father used to play the turntables. He had them in the basement. You know, like I said, up in New Jersey, you know, they had that.
The
They get down with
basement, baby.
So I mean that was where I got my inspiration. I'm being down there on my little seesaw rocking back and forth. Pops were playing everything from Eric B. Rakim, Lauryn Hill, MC Light. You know, he throw in some Michael Jackson, Bob Marley's, you know, all the genres, how he blend them together. That kind of gave me a love for the different styles and really saying something rather than
Yes.
just being.
Right. And you know what? That's so true, man. Because I mean, me personally, I grew up listening to Eric B. and Rakim and the KRS Ones and the people that were actually saying something instead of
Mm-hmm.
just being. I love that. I love that. Now, you are a guy that I can tell your father had influence on, and you also are a father of 5 sons.
Yes, sir. 5 sons, ranging from 15 to 1.
Wow. And what's the names of those of your children?
All of them A's. I have Isaiah, Andre, Amari, Alistair, and Amayan.
That's cool. Now, I wanted you to be able to say that because one of these days they're going to see this interview and they're going to see their shout out. And I think that's kind of cool.
It's like, oh, they love it. They're a big part. They're a big part of the music and everything about it. And so they encourage and strengthen me. So yeah, I make sure to everywhere I go, I give them a shout out before all my performances. I like to have the crowd, shout them out, just let them know I'm a father. I took a little bit of time away to do this thing that I love. And again, after this, I'm going home to my boys. And that's what drives me.
Okay. What are some of the experiences you're going through? What are some of the things that you're learning being an artist that you would like to share to the audience?
One of the main things I've learned over this journey is you have to invest in you. You have to understand marketing. You have to understand the importance of funding your dream.
Yeah.
A lot of what I do from that first project, I love being on the stage. So a lot of what I do, I have more of a focus on the stage presence, the actual say the production side is what I grew more into, because as an artist, the creativity, you have blocks. You'll have your times when you'll be looking for your inspirations. For me, it's always been a continuous thing of, again, believing in myself, believing in yourself, finding something, finding your way, and not letting anyone hold you back. So a lot of the things that I jumped into was with my travel, with out of town shows. Get out, get yourself in front of people.
Yeah.
If you keep continuously doing the same shows with the same people in the same spot, repetitive, they say insanity. You're doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome.
That's right.
Like in the last, I put a timestamp on it, last 10 years, according to Google, I've been around the world 2.5 times.
Wow.
Everything from walking, cars, buses, trains. I've driven moving trucks with bro. Everywhere we go, we'll stop and actually speak to people, get out on the ground and talk to people. You have to interact and engage, and that's a lot of the hurdles that I've seen with some people. It seems like, oh, they just dropped a single, they blew up.
Yeah.
Other people seems like they just doing it, and they're not making it nowhere. I've seen so many people who give up on their dream, and it's maybe the dream again. You got to have steps to it. Can't just hop to the top.
You got to have steps to it. If you don't have steps to it, then you can't step to it. And how do you feel about the current state of hip hop in general, the music scene? Do you feel that it's going where you want it to go, or are you the person that's going to make it go to where you want it to go?
I feel like for me personally, it is going how I want it to go, because more and more people are understanding that this music is not cutting it. The biggest example of late, Killer Mike. People are still just, I don't understand. I don't understand who is that. My sons came to me and saying, who's Killer Mike? I don't understand. Remember that football game y'all played? That Madden game? Yeah, he's got a song on there. Remember that one? Yeah, that song. Yeah, that. When you get into the music and you understand where it came from, what inspired, you have a better understanding. Y'all may not understand who Killer Mike is, but if you listen to him, that man is telling you and his community and everyone else how to do better.
The Real Froz with 2 capital T's. Now, how do they reach you?
You can reach Frost Facebook, Derek Majors Jr. You can reach me on Instagram, The Real Frost. Email is the word 8, EIGHT, numbers 1606 at Gmail. Or just Google Frost with 2 capital T's. I'll pop up somewhere and we'll be able to connect that way.
For sure. And listen, we got to bring you out to Vegas. Maybe you'll come out to Vegas when the Raiders are playing the Chiefs.
Look, that would be a great one. I would love that.
I don't want to see a smile on your face, though, after the game. Pleasure getting with you. The real Frost in the house, man. Let's shake the world.
Let's do it.
God bless you, my brother.
Oh, man, you as well.
I'm out of the mix, if so, I think that you'll like this. Tell me what you think of me, and then tell me what it takes to be your lady, and I'll be everything you need. I'll be the one, take you home and drive you crazy. Tell me what you think of me, and then tell me what it takes to be your lady, and I'll be everything you need. I'll be the one, take you home and drive you crazy. I know I come up to shine.
You're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion, and you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal